Hey, doubled on the railroad back, and we've been doing some work down here today. Couple hours working on locomotives, decoders, track, electrical problem, and I discovered I've got one dead engine. I pulled them out at BNSF right there, dash 8. This guy right here, it's an Atlas dash 8. Had it several years. Always had an intermittent problem. Wasn't sure. I thought it was a Union Pacific, but it was this guy. When I'm running in contests, he'd go dead. So the only thing that works on it are lights, forward, backward. I reset it twice, put it on the program track. All of a sudden, I got it to go for about 3 seconds, and it died again. And I never could get it back. So I think the decoder shot. It's an NCE. So I sent an email to Mike Pfeiffer, see if he'll take it in, and he's done work like this before. Take it in and put a TCS decoder in it for me. Better have them. They're a little more precise than these NCEs. This guy blew up. Had other ones do it too. If I'm forced to, I can see if I can get a TCS drop in. I hate to do Atlas because you got to pull the halves apart, at least most of the way, to get the board in there. So we're setting up here. We found out our, take a break here, move. Okay, right there is where we had to cut the track because I put the new feeders in there at the station because I'd having trouble getting current through that switch. But what it was doing somehow was backfeeding all the way down through number 2 on the other switch, selector switch, and somehow backfeeding to everything on the west side of the layout here. Every yard track is a mess. So what it did was use that old defunct BNSF, set him up here on a track right up there, and his light was on, so I could see cut switches in and out and watch. So then I thought, well, I need to cut right here ahead of this switch to stop it from feeding down number 2 yard lead and number 2 main. So went in there, cut it. Sure enough, the light quit. Went around with the tester. All the other tracks were dead then, even though the power switch number 2 down here on this section was on. So I broke the back feed. So that's a good thing. Now we're getting ready to do a big mainline shifting so I can get the mainline going again. Everything's been put on the back side of the layout, the east side, while I was working over here on West Yard and Central Yard. So I need to get the grain train in, the empty grain train in. So I harnessed up these guys together. They're going to go retrieve it, pull it in. So we're going to get triple track action over here. It's going to be complicated. I'm going to have to probably break it in 2 parts. It's a lot of moves. Now I'll have to think through it, stop and think through it once in a while. So let's see. So we can get this guy going. Going to get to drone view so we can see more. So we got to send him clear eastbound on the other side of the layout over below the mountain sub. I guess in the valley sub over there. Never run these 2 together before. And I have not been over that joint I put in. Insulator. A GEVO and an EMD cooperating. Gets a drone view of the junk, all the tools too. I was going to wreck into the coal train. I forgot I'm on a different track, different main. Oh, got dirt there. Okay, we'll try this again. Got them recoupled. Couldn't figure out what it was running over. Here it was, thought it was inside the track. It kind of was. Here it was the adhesive liquid nails got on this main line in about a 6-inch section. You couldn't even hardly see it. It was clear. But boy, was it rough on the track. So got that sanded and alcohol wiped and cleaned out. Then I found more on down the line at the crossing, same thing. So hopefully it'll behave. We'll go farther, see how. This is untested ground here. These guys make a good looking couple, so I want to keep it if I can. Got trouble with the scale trains couplers as always, and then you put with the Intermountain, even worse. Want to change all of them, it's hard. I changed about 4 couplers today, trying to make things work, and it did work. Put new micro trains on the new UP Heritage engine, and now couples to the KCS. It wouldn't do that. It broke apart last night. Could not get them coupled for anything. Yeah, there's some still there. I can't see it, but I have to feel for it. Broke a coupler on the mountain. They need broken, they're bad, they're lousy. Intermountain couplers are terrible. You wouldn't believe what I just went through for the last 15 minutes trying to get the train couple back up to these new Katos. They changed the design on those too. See if I can convert them all to micro trains. I'll never be able to get it hooked up there. You can't just back into, you have to lift the car or lift the engine and drop it down over. Stupid. They were going to leave him up there anyway.